everybody, and welcome back to Jack and Cat Adventures. I wanted to start off by making some shortbread tarts for the lime curd that we made previously. And what you're going to need is mini muffin pan, and you're going to spray it really well because these will stick. They're very, very delicate cookies. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a cup of butter, softened butter of course, I'm actually going to start my butter just with the butter in the pan. It's a little bit chilly here today. My butter's a little hard, so we'll soften that up and get that going. In the meantime, we're going to get a half a cup of confectionery sugar, powdered sugar. This is one of the easiest cookie recipes you can make. The hardest part is putting them in your pan and making sure you get them up around the sides. Alright, so my butter is softened and I'm going to put in powdered sugar and just start that on low. Now you want this to get creamy and you want to keep wiping the sides of your bowl so everything gets incorporated well. I also clean off my beater while I have it up because some of the powdered sugar and stuff sticks on it and then it doesn't get incorporated into the mixture. So like I said, just keep wiping your bowl, especially the bottom, because it seems that all the sugar sits at the bottom of the bowl. Okay, so let's get that rolling. Now we're going to put in 2 cups of flour. You'll want to preheat your oven to 300. You're going to want this to look light and fluffy. So now we have the light and fluffy. That's what you want it to look like. Alright, scrape down your sides again, and now we're going to put in our 2 cups of flour, but we're going to add it slowly. So that way everything comes together easily for us. Alright, so here's the first cup, and I'm just adding a little bit at a time. Just get it mixed in. And you don't want to overmix this dough. You want it to be really tender dough. So that's 1 cup. And now number 2. Make sure you scrape off the top of your measuring cups so you measure your ingredients right. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit more. It's really coming together nice. I'm going to scrape down my bowl. It's starting to get just like cookie dough, a little tough to get everything cleaned off. Okay, so we're going to add some more flour. And we're just going to beat that lightly so we can get it all mixed in. Okay, let me do it one more time. Okay. And we're just going to mix this till it makes a ball. And we're getting there. You can hear my mixer struggling a little bit. Everything incorporated really well into that. Okay, now, just clean off your beater. Now we're going to make the cookies. So this is what we ended up with. It's very nice dough, very, very light. It just feels great. So what we're going to do is we're going to make, I have a 1-inch melon baller here, or cookie scoop, and I'm going to make the round like that, roll it in my hand, and then we're going to put it in our pan. Okay? So now that I got all the balls rolled out, I have this tamper. It is a tart tamper. I got it from, I think, Pampered Chef. It's been years. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your tamper in a little bit of flour, knock it off, and you're just going to go into the middle and push down and kind of make a circle. Now, if you don't have a tamper, just use your fingers and do the best you can. What we want is an indentation in the middle, enough to hold our lime curd. Okay. And you shouldn't have to put it in the flour every time. Just when it starts sticking a little bit, do it. You don't want too much flour in your cookies, but okay, we're just finishing up these last couple of tarts. Okay, here's our tarts. That's what they're going to look like. Let me step down this one a little bit more. You really want to make sure that you have a indent in these because they do kind of cook up over. So I'm just making sure I did it right. That's all. Okay, so these go in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for 15 and we'll check them. Okay, so these took about 20 minutes. You'll see there's just light golden brown around the edges. That means they're done. So set them on a cooling rack in the pan. Set your timer for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, you're going to loosen them all, and we're going to put them on a cooling rack. Okay, now the 5 minutes of cooling is up. I just take a small offset spatula, and if you don't have one of these, you can just take like the tip of a sharp knife, and really all you need is to lift it from one side very gently, and it comes right out. You don't have to go around it. As long as you spray these really good with your spray. Alright, so I'm just taking these out. I'm just gently using an offset spatula. You could use the tip of a sharp knife to get them out because you don't want to dig into them. Just take the lip and just lift it right out. You don't even really have to go around it or anything. It just slides right out. And I cannot stress enough, make sure you spray them good. Alright, now we have our tarts and our lime curd. And I put the plastic wrap right on the top of that curd so that we don't get that skim of skin on that. I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And see how nice and thick this came out? It's gorgeous. Alright, so now I have this cookie scoop that's about a 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to take my tart and just put in just a little dab. Now, at this point, I didn't get heavy cream, so I'm not going to be able to make the homemade whipped cream, but I am going to put the canned whipped cream, a little dot on each one. Alright, so now here's our finished product with just a little bit of the whipped cream on top, and they look gorgeous. If you have tarts left over, put them in either a Ziploc bag with wax paper between the layers, or put them in a plastic like Tupperware container and also use wax paper between the layers and stack them in there and seal them. They can last up to probably 5 to 7 days in there in a cool, dry place. You don't want to fill them too far ahead because they do kind of get a little soggy in the middle. It won't hurt it if you do. I mean, it'll last. Like if you fill them in the morning and you're going somewhere in the afternoon, just put them in the refrigerator, and when you get to your place, just set them out and right when they're ready to eat them, and then put your whipped cream on. Other than that, I hope you guys like, share, and comment, and you do you.